It was 3:08 a.m. when my phone buzzed quietly on the nightstand. Half asleep, I barely registered it, until I saw Emily's name glowing on the screen. My heart snapped to attention. She was supposed to be miles away in Las Vegas, celebrating her friend Lauren's bachelorette weekend. 5 women, an overpriced hotel suite, spa appointments, and a schedule packed with champagne-soaked nonsense. I wasn't expecting a single message until she flew back Sunday morning. The preview on my screen said, "Don't wait up." I opened it slowly, as if bracing myself for impact. The message hit me like a punch. Just married Daniel. Been sleeping with him for almost a year. You made this too easy with your deadbeat energy and boring life. Enjoy the house, loser. I'm out. Attached was a photo, Emily and Daniel. That smug prick from her office I always suspected was way too close, standing grinning in front of a neon-lit Vegas chapel, holding up a marriage license like they just won the lottery. I stared at that screen for a long, quiet moment. No rage, no heartbreak, just a sharp, icy clarity settling over me. I typed back a single word. "Thanks." Then, without hesitation, I got to work. Emily never cared about money. That was always my department. The house, the bank accounts she thought were joint, the utilities, even her credit cards, all tied to my name. By 3:30 a.m., I had revoked her authorized user status, shut down every card she could touch, and changed every password she knew. Email, Uber, everything. By 4 a.m., I was on the phone with a locksmith, paying extra for an emergency call. By 5:15, every lock in the house was replaced, and the garage keypad code reset. I didn't pack her things yet. I wanted this to be clean, not petty. Before crawling back into bed, I sent a terse message to HR at their company. The subject line simply read, "Regarding Daniel Foster's conduct." Attached was that photo, the one of Emily and Daniel holding their Vegas marriage certificate. No explanation, no message, just the image, letting them draw their own conclusions. Their firm had a strict policy. No office relationships, especially when one party was management. I lay in bed, eyes fixed on the ceiling, watching the hours tick toward sunrise. Emily had eloped with a coworker, and I was about to show her exactly how far that would get her. By 7 a.m., she must have sensed something was wrong. My phone rang. I didn't answer. 5 minutes later, another call. Then text, confused, not angry. My car got declined at the hotel. "What's going on?" "Arthur, call me now." I silenced my phone and kept moving. The bank confirmed everything was secure. I transferred the rest of the money out of what she believed was our joint account, a one-sided illusion she had full access to, but never ownership of. I left just enough money there to avoid suspicion. No overdrafts, no fraud claims, only boundaries. Next was a car. Technically, it was a lease under my name. I used the app to disable remote access and flagged it for pickup. She'd be Ubering from now on. At 8:45, Daniel's number popped up on my screen. I let it go to voicemail. No message, just silence. I called my lawyer, David, who picked up on the second ring. "You good?" he asked. "Yeah," I said. She went through with it. Vegas. Elope with Daniel Foster. David didn't say much, just got to work. He sent over the post-nuptial enforcement letter we'd prepared years ago. Emily had signed it without hesitation back then. I never thought I'd need to use it. By noon, I was eating a sandwich while monitoring security cameras I'd installed at every entrance, synced straight to my phone. I went room to room, cataloging her belongings to pack later. Everything neat, traceable, professional. Emily called again. This time, she left a voicemail. "Arthur, what the hell are you doing? This is financial abuse. Call me." I didn't call back. She made her bed. I was just locking her out of it. The next morning, I was still asleep when she flew back early. I woke to a string of missed calls and checked the security footage. She tried the front door, then the garage. Nothing worked. She paced the porch for a few minutes, frustrated, then left. At 10:30, 3 sharp knocks sounded at the door, too deliberate to be a neighbor. I opened it to find 2 officers, one older, seasoned and calm, the other younger, eager but professional. "You Arthur Hale?" the older one asked. Yes, I said. We got a call about a potential domestic dispute. Your wife said she was locked out without her belongings. Mind if we come in? I stepped aside. Sure, but she's not my wife anymore. They exchanged a glance, then glanced at my phone. I handed it over, already cued to Emily's message from Vegas. They read it, eyebrows rising to confession, then the photo of the tacky chapel wedding. I explained everything. The timestamp her admission, the marriage just hours old. I told them I hadn't touched her things. They were still in the house. The title, the bank accounts, all in my name. She was just an authorized user, not a co-owner. They listened, examined the evidence, and seemed to grasp the situation. When one asked where she was staying now, I said flatly, she's not welcome here. That was enough. They noted she claimed I stole from her. The cards, the car. Calmly, I laid out the truth. The cards and car were in my name. I had paperwork to prove it. They didn't press further. The older officer returned my phone and said, sounds like a legal matter. You want your lawyers. I agreed, told them I'd pack her things and have them in the garage by afternoon. They nodded and left. Emily showed up around 3 p.m. I saw everything on the cameras, her Daniel, and a woman I didn't recognize at first, her sister Clara. Emily looked exhausted, her makeup smudged, wearing the same worn-out clothes from Vegas. Daniel looked like a man whose honeymoon just ended, glancing anxiously at his phone. I opened the door just enough to step outside, shutting it behind me. No drama inside. Emily's voice was tired but sharp. This is ridiculous. You locked me out of my own home. I crossed my arms. You got married, Emily, in Vegas, to someone else. That usually means changing the locks. That doesn't give you the right, she snapped. It gives me every right. The house is mine. The accounts are mine. Your things are boxed in the garage. 90 minutes to take them and go. Clara stepped forward. You're being cruel. People make mistakes. Clara, stop, Emily hissed. Then, turning back to me, you're trying to ruin me financially. This is abuse. Daniel finally spoke up, trying to sound reasonable. Look, man, we're just here to get her stuff. No need to drag this out. I locked eyes with him, voice low and cold. Shut up. Just take the things and leave. His mouth opened and closed. Nothing came out. The mood shifted. Emily glanced sideways at him. When they opened the garage and saw everything packed meticulously, Clara muttered, Wow, you really went all out. I shrugged. I like things orderly. They loaded the boxes into a rental van. An hour later, I got a notification on my phone. Declined transaction. U-Haul, $89. Emily's card was still trying. Daniel's face was tight all through it. I didn't say a word. Just closed the garage door as they drove off. By week's end, the real battle had begun. Emily launched a campaign. Tearful Instagram posts, cryptic Facebook stories, all spinning the same narrative. Arthur, the cold manipulator who pushed her away, drove her into another man's arms. Clara reposted everything, chanting, Believe women. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. For a moment, some people bought it. A few friends messaged me with concerned tones that didn't really ask. I stayed silent. I wasn't defending myself. I was playing for the end game. 3 days later, I quietly uploaded a folder full of screenshots and chat logs between Emily and Daniel, pulled from an old laptop she forgot to wipe before sinking to our cloud. There were gems. I'm draining that idiot's grocery fund. He doesn't even notice. Might cover the wedding dress with it. He still thinks I'm on that yoga retreat. What a joke. And my favorite. I'll say he was emotionally distant. No one questions that classic divorce setup. I didn't post publicly. I sent it to the right people. Her boss, closest friends, Clara. The silence that followed was deafening. Clara deleted every post. Emily's social accounts went private within hours. 2 friends who ghosted me earlier apologized in a group chat. Damn. I had no idea she was that calculated. Then came the fallout. An HR contact forwarded me an email. Daniel was terminated. The email detailed multiple ethical violations. started with their office romance, and ending with suspicious account activity. Emily was fired too, zero tolerance. Emily must have panicked. One night, security cameras caught her trying to break into the side gate, screaming, shaking the handle, yelling about what she claimed I owed her.